I'm Jyotsna Siddharth and I'm a human.
Jyotsna, thank you for being with us today. What can you tell me about the dress you're wearing? Did you bought it or was it a gift?
Thank you for having me on your show as part of this interview series. It's a top, it's a crop top that I bought, and yeah, I really like it because it's green,
Did
and
you bought it online or in a store?
I bought it online. I think I
Okay,
don't
on
remember actually.
what type? Do you remember the type of online shopping website it was?
I think it was H&M. I'm not sure. I will have to check the label.
Okay, how did you made your choice to buy this particular piece of clothing?
Yeah, so I chose this because I loved that it's teal, it's green color, and I like that color. I have a lot of clothes which are black and blue, so I wanted to buy something else. So I love the color and I loved the way it fits me and it feels. It's cotton, the fabric, and I think it looks nice on me. I don't know. I
Yeah,
think it looks
absolutely.
nice on me. So, and I like the color a lot, actually. So, yeah, that's why I bought it.
Okay. Can we move to the jewelry you're wearing? So
I
can you
got
show us?
lots.
So this bracelet, was it a gift? Did you bought them?
So, these are silver bangles, and it's very interesting you ask me this because um, I've lost one or two, but all of these bangles belong to someone. So they're about two that I bought, and this one was gifted by a very close dear friend. Um, then there was one that belonged to my mother. There were two actually that belonged to my mother that I'm not wearing. One I think I lost it, and other broke. But yeah, so there are about five now, and I've bought two or three of those, and rest of them are gifts. And then this is a ring, silver ring, and I bought it because I don't know, I really like it. It's like two rings together, intertwined. So I really like that. Um, and then I wear silver jewelry a lot. So there's also this loop that I'm wearing, and yeah, and then there is
Okay.
also a nose ring, nose pin. So I wear two, but today I'm wearing one, and this is gold.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
What did you have for lunch?
I had dosa. I don't know if you know that, but
No, can
it's
you
a
describe this dish?
so it's a dish that is mostly cooked by people who live in the southern part of India, and I live and belong in the northern part of India. So Delhi is north, and dosa is basically a rice, a pancake or a very thin pancake made of rice,
Okay.
and it's very light. So you basically fill it with potatoes, but this one I just had with plain dosa because I cooked it at home. And there's a person, a cook, who comes and cooks for me, so she made it, and you have it with something like a dish called sambar. It's made of lentils, so it's like a soup. Yeah, so
And
yeah, you
when
eat it together.
you were eating this food, were you like reading a book, doing something, or just concentrated on eating?
I was actually in a meeting, so I was working while I was eating. Usually, I like to eat when I'm not doing anything, but today I had a meeting, so I was
Do you
eating while I was in a
remember how
conversation.
long it took you to eat this entire meal?
I think about half an hour to 40 minutes.
Okay. So now, what is the building you are in right now? Is it an apartment building, a house?
It's an apartment. It's a rented apartment, and I'm sitting in one room, which is my studio.
What are the objects in the room you are? I can see there is like a piece of fabric that is hanged on the wall.
Yeah,
What is this piece of fabric?
it's just something. It's like a floor mat, um, or like a table. Like you could use it either as a tablecloth or a floor mat, up to
And why
you.
it is
But
on the wall if it's a floor mat?
because it's my studio, and I was kind of playing around, and um, I was getting like I got bored. I've had this for a while, so I got bored using it as a floor mat. So I put it on the wall. Also, I wanted to actually make a vision board. So instead of using a board, I put this piece of cloth on the wall, and I thought I would just put pictures on it, so it might look nice.
Okay. Let's go back to your family history. What was the profession of your father and the profession of your mother?
So my father had few professions. He used to work for a private public sector company, oil company, but he was not at a very high position in that company. But it was like a semi-government, semi-private company. And then later on, he pursued law, and then he did his PhD, but he did not practice. So you could say he was a lawyer um, before he passed away. And my mom was a government employee as well, but she was also one of the, I mean, that was her daily job, but she was a prominent Dalit feminist and activist and writer in the country. So she was somebody who was a voice and voice of many, many Dalit women, like women who come from marginalized location. And they're marginalized on the basis of caste. So, so she was a prominent activist and a writer.
For people who don't know and were watching, can you tell us more about the discrimination issues that Dalit people are facing?
I think there are many issues. The issues of untouchability still gets practiced. I mean, because we're considered to be in society, we're not considered to be the first citizens. We're always the secondary, or that's the position we occupy in the society. But I mean, Dalits were people who were outcasted and who used to do caste-based occupations in the history, and it still continues in smaller cities and towns, like cleaning, sweeping, work, scrubbing toilets, and also like disposing of dead animals. So like all the kind of work that's considered filthy or dirty. So that's the community I belong to. But now I think there has been a lot of education. I mean, I don't know if you know of Dr. Ambedkar. He was one of the most revolutionary. I would not say he was like a Martin Luther King of India, but he was quite at par with that. There are a lot of parallels with the black folks and Dalits in India. So, I mean, it's exactly not the same, but now there have been books written how there is a connection between race and caste as well.
Is,
Um,
is this issue a topic in the political discourse in India right now? I remember Prime Minister Modi came to the United States and he gave a speech. It was with President Biden, and he said, "Oh, there's no caste anymore in India. India is a completely equal country for everybody. Why is it this distinction, and it seems like it's a taboo topic in the political discourse?
It is definitely a taboo topic because I think the community has been treated as a vote bank for a very long time and have been used for the governance for a very long time. I mean, these are people who are marginalized, who are oppressed, who are segregated in the society. It's very much still alive. The forms of discrimination has changed. So earlier, people would not like even eat with you or even allow you to fall your shadows. Like people who belong to dominant caste, they would. I mean, there used to be a lot of violence. There used to be a lot of um, like physical sexual violence if you share the same space with people who belong to dominant caste. That still continues, but the forms have changed. And how caste is practiced in cities and in big cities and towns might be different from how it is still practiced in villages and smaller cities. So, of course, it is a taboo topic, but it's also a topic which is extremely volatile because you want to show India as a country which is growing, which is developing, which is powerful, but we still haven't been able to resolve the internal issues, which are issues of discrimination and sexism and misogyny and patriarchy and many other issues.